Most strategy decks open with a competitive landscape slide that took someone half a day to build and is already outdated by the time it's presented. You know the one. Manually plotted dots, guessed coordinates, no data behind it. What if your entire competitive positioning map with real market coordinates, a white space opportunity identified, and a competitor intelligence profile for every player was ready in under a minute? Today I'm showing you the Strategic Position Planner in TurboAgents, and this tool changes how strategists, marketers, and founders think about competitive positioning. Here's the problem with how positioning maps get built today. You pull a whiteboard or open a blank slide and you eyeball where you think competitors sit. There's no data underneath it. It takes hours of research to do it properly. Pulling domain authority scores, reading analyst reports, scrolling through review sites to triangulate perception. And even then, the final output is a static image with no interactivity. One map per day if you're fast. The Strategic Position Planner uses live and accurate data to place every brand at real market perception coordinates, then renders a live, interactive scatterplot map, identifies the unoccupied white space on it, and writes the full strategic rationale. Let me show you exactly how it works. The entire input is 5 fields. Field 1, target brand. I'm entering Notion. I want to see exactly where it sits against the competition in the US productivity software market. Field 2, industry, productivity and collaboration software. Field 3, geography, United States. That last one matters because regional dynamics shape how brands are perceived, and TurboAgents weights its analysis accordingly. Fields 4 and 5 are the axes, and this is where the tool gets interesting. These are fully customizable. I'm leaving them as price on the horizontal axis and enterprise readiness on the vertical, but you could map any 2 dimensions that matter to your brief. Innovation versus accessibility, brand prestige versus market reach, whatever the strategic question demands. Now I hit Generate Competitive Matrix. Watch the SmartLoader. It's telling you exactly what's happening in real time, scanning the competitive landscape, analyzing market perception signals, calculating positional coordinates, identifying white space opportunities, rendering the strategic map. About 30 seconds, done. Look at this output. The market visual configuration panel dominates the left side, a clean scatter plot with price running left to right and enterprise readiness running bottom to top. Notion appears as an animated pulsing lime star, and immediately you can read the story. Notion sits at a price index of 30 and an enterprise readiness score of 65, mid-market on price, credibly enterprise but not fully there yet. Around it, the competition. Microsoft 365 and Atlassian Confluence push up to the top right. High price, high enterprise readiness. Asana sits midfield. Coda and Evernote teams are scattered across the lower right quadrant. The legend below the chart shows every player color-coded, and hovering over any dot or any legend entry triggers the competitor intelligence profile panel on the right. Here's what that looks like live. With Notion's own dot hovered, the panel shows the target badge alongside the name, the exact X and Y index values, 30 and 65. And the strategic rationale TurboAgents has written that Notion has a low entry cost via freemium tiers and is rapidly adding enterprise features like SSO, SCIM, and advanced collaboration tools, but is still working to shake off its prosumer reputation to win widespread CIO trust. That is a more precise competitive diagnosis than most strategy consultants would write after a week of research. Now look at the top of the chart, the area labeled Strategic Opportunity Gap. That's the white space TurboAgents has identified. It's the unoccupied zone in the upper mid-price range with very high enterprise readiness, the positioning corridor where no current competitor has firmly planted a flag. A brand that could own that space would be challenging Confluence and Microsoft on enterprise credibility while remaining more accessible on pricing. That is a genuine strategic insight, not a guess. Below the chart, the market gap section puts that insight into plain language. And beneath that, the strategic landscape analysis, a full paragraph covering the competitive dynamics, the positioning gaps, and the strategic implications of the entire map. It's a briefing document in one paragraph, written entirely by TurboAgents. When you're ready to share it, hit Save PNG in the report header. The entire output, chart, legend, market gap, landscape analysis, footer, is captured at retina quality as a single image file, named automatically after your target brand. It's presentation ready the moment it lands in your downloads. Let's talk about what this replaces. A proper competitive positioning analysis, properly sourced, accurately plotted, with strategic rationale and white space identification, takes 3 to 5 hours minimum. For an agency, that's billable time on every single client brief. For a founder preparing a pitch, it's hours you don't have. The Strategic Position Planner does it in 30 seconds, and it's interactive, so you can hover through every competitor and interrogate the data live in the room, not just show a static slide. The Strategic Position Planner is live now inside TurboAgents, under Strategy in the sidebar. Go in, pick your brand, define your axes, and see where the white space is. Thanks for watching.